Welcome, 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 beautiful Sagittarius. How are you guys doing? How's everything? I hope all is well. Thank you guys for your support of the channel and helping us to grow and learn each other and share messages. Spirits talk to us on behalf of Sagittarius. Unveil any messages meant for them to receive. Help them to gain the necessary clarity. Here we go, here we go. What a beautiful day today is. We are so thankful. We are so thankful. Spirits talk to us. I love these cards. Isn't that a pretty blue? It's like an aqua blue. It's gorgeous. Spirits talk to us on behalf of Sagittarius. Unveil any messages that are meant for them. Help them to gain the necessary clarity. Help their manifestations to materialize into reality. Ooh, what a pretty card. This is a blessing in disguise. Be patient and have faith that your angels have this situation under control. What will come far better than you did to dream? Oh my goodness, look at this pretty card. Wow. It's the opportunities, it's the possibilities. It's a blessing in disguise. Remember when you get a blessing? Every disappointment is a blessing in disguise, right? Something that didn't come through for you kind of threw you off course, Sagittarius, and you're frustrated, overwhelmed, and disappointed in the results. But you know what? They say that's a blessing in disguise. So whatever just fell apart in your life, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a career choice, a job, whatever experience you have that has caused you a little stress on your path, hurt your feelings, just plain disappointment, is a blessing in disguise. I remember when somebody didn't get through with a position at work, an opening came with a higher salary, and that person was more familiar with, and she got the job. It's because of the fact that when disappointments come, you're hurt. You wanted this to work out and it didn't work out. But that was not the plan from your source. He had other plans for you in your life that you may not see or understand right now. The message is in the details, and you have to recognize the fact that disappointments can bring blessings. It's a blessing in disguise, and it's going to protect you in the end. So don't wallow over that disappointment. More options and opportunities are coming your way. Get your power back. You have forgotten who you are. You are a child of the divine. So take back your power. Take back your power. Isn't that beautiful? Take back your power. Sometimes, even in relationships, you get lost because you want to hold on and keep things growing and keep it strong. And, maybe between that and not allowing your own personal feelings to shine through, because this may not be exactly what you want, but you're so frustrated through the hunt for the right person in your life that you sometimes settle. Wow. You sometimes settle because you don't want to be out there by yourself. You don't want to be alone. You don't want to grow old alone. You want to have somebody that loves you and is loving on you rather than just be by yourself. They say people that have a partner live longer. I don't know how much truth it is, but it's because of the compatibility. It's because of someone being there to share part of your life with. It also could be very frustrating at times, but when you find that right person and you all complement each other, there's a lot of growing together. You learn to respect and love one another, which is so important. Very, very important. Increase your knowledge. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what your soul longs to know. Sagittarius, you are a learned person. You continuously aim high. You want to be comfortable. You're not aiming to be rich. If that happens along the way, fine. You want to be comfortable. You want to enjoy the smaller and finer things in life. You want to be able to flap your wings. You want to be able to have somebody love you and you love on them. You want to have kids with someone. Life is something else. The experiences, the challenges that you face on a daily basis make you question so much. So between you trying to figure out your dreams and your blessings and disappointment and staying strong through disappointment, easier said than done, right? Easier said than done. But they're telling you that whatever power you gave up, whatever part of yourself that you have dimmed, it's time to find your place where you believe you belong, not where others think you should sit, but where you see yourself. You know, continue with your education. You know, I've seen some relationships where they've ended because you start learning and going back to school and doing things, and not everybody can handle it. They see you a certain way and they want you to stay that way. But when growth steps in, when knowledge steps in, you look at things from a different perspective, from a different lens. You look in the mirror. You figure out what it is you want to do, and you work on how to do it. You research, you learn, you accumulate more information, more knowledge. The power of knowledge is key. So between you getting your power back, you're also doing things to increase your knowledge. You just want more out of life. And sometimes there's partners that don't always understand that. They think if you go further in your education, you're not going to want to be with them, or you're not going to be as submissive. That's for women. For men, sometimes they feel you would grow away from them if you are overly educated, or you won't love them the same. It's so many mixed feelings and mixed emotions. But what I will say, for yourself, for your inner self, for your self-care, you have to do the work of improvement, self-improvement, for you to continuously rise. It doesn't mean you have to go back to school. Maybe you take a small course. Maybe you go to workshops. But do more for yourself in details of what it is you're seeking. If you want to be a school teacher, you have to find out the steps needed to get certified as a teacher to teach. Whatever it is that you want, you have to do the research, do the footwork in order to figure out how to achieve that goal. This is your life here. This is your life, Sagittarius. And in order for you to accomplish the things you want to accomplish in life, you have to be willing to put the hard work in. That's sweat equity. So that you could see yourself in reality at that point where you need to be, where you want to be, where you're aiming to be. Open up to your spiritual gifts. Remember that your true nature is spiritual, not physical. The angels are sending you messages to guide your soul's growth. So while you're on the path to getting back your power, increasing your knowledge, and recognizing that some of these disappointments are blessings in disguise, open up to your spiritual gifts. That's why I tell people to get align with themselves, because when you completely breathe and you align with yourself and you know who you are, what you need in order to grow, a lot of messages will be revealed to you. You will find that peace, you will find that solace, and you will continuously grow. Your life is important, and you can't waste it and not be aligned and in tune with it. You have to ask yourself questions and seek out the answers. You have to believe in yourself and your skills. You have to pray to your source and manifest the feeling of arriving at your destination, whether you're in company or alone. You have to get in tune with you, because you'll realize that people have to work on themselves in order to achieve what they want. They can't sit back and expect others to do the work for them. And Sagittarius, sometimes fear comes on your path, and you know you're capable of doing something, you know you want to do something, but either a comment from someone or people not fully believing in you makes doubt fester in your mind, and therefore you procrastinate and don't move forward. You know you're great at what you do, but sometimes you want the pat on the back. Sometimes you need the push. Sometimes you just need to be told that you're great. Because a lot of times people say, well, nobody ever told me. When you get in tune with yourself and you recognize your gifts and who you are, you don't need anybody to tell it to you, because you know. You have that confidence, that high self-esteem in recognizing the gifts that you have and how you could contribute them to the world. It's okay to stumble. It's okay to, take alternate routes to avoid obstacles. But you have to get back in tune with who you are. And that's when you take back your power. People talk a good game. You know what? Even for myself personally, I have a lot of friends that talk. Let me tell you something. I have some friends that talk a good game, and they could be so full of it. You don't want to be full of it. You want to be able to show examples. You want to be able to rise to the occasion. You want to be able to have the knowledge to take the next step, the next leap. And you do that when you advance yourself, when you learn more. Like, there's a guy that loses out on a lot of money because he doesn't want to go to mechanic school, but he's great as a home mechanic in his yard. And he says he has the power. But the thing is, people, if he gets certified and gets licensed, he will not just have more customers, he'd have job offers, and he'd be able to see his elevation in broad daylight. You know, he'll have all the insurances behind him. He'll have the necessary protection. That's why they tell you, open up to your spiritual gifts, because they're things that only you could do it the way you could do it, because we're all unique. Somebody does it this way, somebody does it that way. But if you're proud of the way you do it, it doesn't matter who else is doing what. You will gain access to people, to jobs, to insurances. You'd be certified. You'd have the paperwork behind you. Look at taking back your power, and look at relishing in your power and acknowledging your power and manifesting on your power to be the best you possible. I can't say that enough, and I'll say it to everybody. Always focus on growing you. You should be the representative of the proud moment when you achieve certain things. You know, one of my brothers started, excuse me, a barber shop, but he couldn't cut hair. He had to hire everybody to cut hair. He said, well, he owned the business, and that's great. But what I realized that it's so important, even if you hire people to do a job for you, it's so important to know how to do the job as well. You ever hear people talk about they hate working for dumb bosses? And they mean that because they may have the money, but they don't have the experience. They don't have the qualifications. So if you have the skills and you have the knowledge, but your employer doesn't, do you respect them the same way? You feel you know, and they may be doing things the wrong way. That's why I always say, educate yourself on whatever you choose to do, whatever your purpose is. If you want to be a business owner, fine. but at least know how to do the business. So keep believing, and remember, a, what is it? It's a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise can have so many messages flow from it. Listen to your intuition and listen to the messages, because they're not just for you to just see, they're for you to apply. When something is leading you and your angels are leading you, your source is leading you, and you don't comply, you lose out on so much. Continue to gain the knowledge and build your skills and rise to the occasion. You're a class act. Make sure your credentials say as much, no matter what it is you're doing. Your talents need to be shared with the world. They need to be shared with the world. People need to know how great you are, what you do, what you've learned, and how you share it with the world. It's okay to run into roadblocks, but we're starting this new year out right, and we're going to listen to our intuition. We're going to follow our instincts. We're going to pray about things we want to manifest so we could get that feeling, that innate feeling, to allow us the opportunity to continue building and growing and progressing forward. Sagittarius, you are a smart person. You're a powerful person. Pay attention to the blessings in disguise so you could be able to pick sense from nonsense, I should say. Make sense of it all. Listen. This is an important phase in your life. You're taking back your power. You're developing your purpose, and you're moving forward so that you could rise. Listen carefully to the messages that are spoken to you. Do not ignore things that are meant for your good. I say this to you. I'm saying this to you, Sagittarius. Forge forward, leap, develop, manifest, pray, take action. Get your power back so your strength will be exemplified around the world. You have the power to change things in your life. Nobody could tell you what your power is. They could share with you what they believe, but only you know what it is you truly want to do and where you truly want to go, through believing in yourself and listening. People talk, but they don't listen. Sagittarius, listen and pay attention. Not believing what it should be, but believing what it is. Blessings in disguise can reveal so much to you if you pay attention and you listen. You may not want to hear it. It could be disappointing, but it'll be your truth, and it'll help you cautiously proceeding forward. Garnetqueentarot here saying, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for being a part of this channel. Thank you for your messages. Thank you for networking and listening and sharing. You matter. We matter. And we'll continue to grow together. Thank you again for your support. Take care.